Hey everyone. I had another video done for today, but it was a little long and nobody's got that kind of time. So I'm going to redo it. I'm here in the parking lot at the bookstore because evidently I'm a glutton for punishment, and just a few days before Christmas decided I needed a couple more things from the bookstore. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I was thinking this morning on my run about things that matter to our days that we often just give up or put to the bottom of our task list or a priority list because we're always making other things top priority. And I'm curious what those things are for you. What is your kind of, in your mind, non-negotiable, meaning this makes me feel so good, this is so important, this centers me or grounds me or allows me to have a great day, or end a fabulous day on this note. But even though I know it's really good for me, I don't always do it, and I don't always make it a priority. So for me, that thing is running. And there's an interesting story for me. I mean, interesting might not be the right word, but here's a tidbit trivia about Stella. About 3 years ago, I had double foot surgery. And 2 years before that, I had broken my left foot in 14 places. And when that healed, it still wasn't right. And so I thought I had fractured it again, and it hurt on and off for about a year, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. And my podiatrist said, face it, you're at your age, you might not ever be a runner again. You can ride bikes, you can walk, you can go to the gym, you can do all kinds of other things, but you might need to face that you might not be a runner again. Well, then within a year or so, I found out that I had Morton's neuroma, which is kind of a runner's injury. It's not even an injury, really. It's just something your body does where the nerves kind of expand. And mine was like the size of an almond in one foot and bigger than that in the other foot. So I had two, one in each foot. So I did double foot surgery at the same time. And even my surgeon said, you might need to face that your running days are over. I spent most of my 20s running, several of my 30s running, but I had kids in strollers or strollers parked on the sidewalk while I ran around the cul-de-sac in my neighborhood when they were babies. But anyway, everybody's trying to convince me that I'm too old to be a runner. So for the better part of the first 2 years after my double foot surgery, I kind of bought into the idea that I may never be a runner again. And that's okay, because, hey, I am this old and there are other things to do. And so I just didn't do it. And then about a year ago, a little more than a year ago, I started running again. And it took me a while to build up my endurance. It took me a while to want to be out there. And now I run at least 5 days a week. I would really do it more if I took time to fit it in. There are days where I feel like, I'm closing my day and I'm thinking I should go for an evening run, because it's that mental, physical connection, that mind, body, spirit connection that I need. I get a lot of my coping, a lot of my processing, a lot of my thinking, crying. If I'm listening to Donna Summer, I'm either usually just having fun or I'm processing something pretty big. Donna Summer is my processing music, and I listen to her really only when I run. And I think that started when my father passed away, not quite 10 years ago now. And for whatever reason, I would run and listen to Donna Summer, and it kind of kept me connected to him. And I would just cry, like running, and Donna Summer in my ears, and just tears, blowing in the wind. Anyway, so Donna Summer helps me cope and process, and reminds me not to give my power to anyone. So that's my thing. And what I decided this morning after my run was I don't ever regret going for a run. I don't ever regret waking up early, running in the dark, bundling up for the cold, taking the shirt off and revealing the tank top when I get hot. I never regret. I never come back from a run and go, oh, I really wish I hadn't done that. But when I skip my runs, when I allow myself to stay in bed and say, it's too cold, I didn't get much sleep, the dogs kept me up, I'm tired, I don't feel well, my head hurts, whatever, I'm disappointed. I don't want to say regret, because regret's a heavy word, and I don't live in regret. And I've done a lot of things I would have done differently in my life, but I don't live in regret. So regret's too heavy of a word, I think, for what I'm trying to describe. But I'm definitely disappointed when I decide not to run, and my day goes on, and sometime throughout the day I'll get tired, or I'll have some brain fog. Running and starting my day bright and early with a run is soulful for me. It's that connection that my mind needs and that my physical body needs to start my day. And so it's one of those things that I know I need to do and to put on the top of my priority list. And I know I don't always do it. So today I was thinking, what are those things? I have a new girlfriend now, and she's incredible. And she starts her mornings off with a cup of hot lemon water, and she meditates. And when she's around me, I try to keep the dogs away from her if I can, and try to stay quiet, or let her have the bedroom or the patio or the kitchen to herself, wherever she wants. It's a non-negotiable for her. She's got to start her day, whether she runs with me or whether she's going to the gym. She's very athletic anyway, so all of this stuff is important to her. But that's a non-negotiable. Hot lemon water and quiet meditation. And she just does it every day. And it's a non-negotiable. It's important. It's top on her priority list. Now, it doesn't take hours and hours. It's not like committing to go to the gym and then working out for an hour and then showering and getting dressed and ready. And, 2.5 hours later, you walk into the office. It's just a few minutes of quiet time for herself. But I love how she just makes it a priority, and she gets what it does for her, and then what her days are like when she skips, when she can't fit it in. And that's how I feel about running. So I'm starting to ask myself, why do you allow yourself to not run every now and then? Why do you allow yourself to say, it's too cold, I'm just not going to get out of bed, or the dog woke me up in the middle of the night, so I'm going to roll over and see if I can get another hour? It just doesn't make sense. So here's my question to you. Feel free to comment below, or if you just want to keep this to yourself and work it into your day, then do that. What is that one thing that you need for your day in your life that you know is ideal for you? It doesn't have to be exercise. It doesn't have to be, meditation. It could be just a quiet cup of coffee before anybody speaks to you. I want to wake up before the rest of the house, and I want to sit down in a quiet place, and I want to drink my coffee. I want to scroll through Facebook. I want to catch up on the news headlines. I want to watch the 30-minute morning show. What is it that you need to make your day absolutely amazing and help connect that mind, body, and spirit so that you have a great day? You feel good, you're energized, you feel like you've taken care of yourself, you can tackle whatever is ahead. But it's got to be one of those things that every now and then you say, I could skip that today, I don't have time. I have a meeting, I have a dentist appointment, I got to do this, I got to do that, whatever. So I'll just skip it because it's no big deal. What's that one thing that really is a big deal, that makes a big difference in your day, but that sometimes you let drop to the bottom of your priority list? What's that one thing? And how do you make that one thing become the one thing you do every day, or at least X number of days? I want to run at least 5 days a week. What is it? And then why is it so easy to allow it to drop to the bottom of your priority list? It's running for me. Running makes me feel good. I process, I think. And it's funny because I love to run with my girlfriend because, as I said, she's an athlete, and she's an incredible athlete and very fit. And when I run with her, I usually shave off about 30 seconds every mile. So my pace is always faster because I think I'm just trying to keep up with her. But I've also told her, of my 5 days, and we don't live together, so this is certainly easy right now. Of my 5 days a week, I really only want you to run with me like two of those 5 days, because you can challenge me enough that I could pick up my pace for those 2 days. But then on the other 3 days, I want to be alone, and I want to listen to my music or my podcast, or it's usually Brene Brown, or my audiobook, or Donna Summer. And I want to run at my pace. So if it's 30 seconds slower than it is, then so be it. This is for me. But I like how she challenges me. So I've asked for, if she's around, 2 days out of the time we wake up together. Yeah, running for me. So you might see a lot of these 90-day challenge videos at the end of my runs. So hair back and sweaty and, all that good stuff, because that's the easiest time for me to record these videos. This is day 2 of my 90-day challenge reboot, like 90-day challenge 3.0 for Stella. And we're diving into things that make us well overall. So what's that one thing that your body, your mind, your heart, your soul thrives on every day, that sometimes you just convince yourself you don't need to fit it in? And how can you fit it in just this week, or this week and next week, because it's nearing the end of the week and it's a holiday? How can you fit it in and become to build that habit and make yourself matter? Okay, this video is almost as long as the one I decided not to share. So peace, guys. Make it a beautiful day. Take care of yourselves. Stay healthy.